Today in the show, I'm going to be talking about Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic. So I know one of you is going to say it, so before I get started, Magi is the correct pronunciation of the word, but so is Maggie, and so is Magi. It just depends on where you're from, and wherever you're from will kind of determine what your accent is, and your accent will kind of determine how you say the word. Where I'm from, we say Magi. It's that simple. I know a lot of the UK say Magi though, and that's also okay. So Magi was a manga that was created by Shinobu Otaka for the weekly Shonen Sunday magazine, and it is phenomenal. It was created in 2009. So the setting seems to be a recreation of the ancient world, but it's not explicitly said if it is or is not a different version of our world, or if it's a totally original world. So I find that kind of interesting as to how the landmass and the setting is kind of ambiguous. I really would like to learn more about this world though, but we already know quite a bit if I'm being fair. So in this world, all living beings have something inside of them called the rook. Now this rook is essentially a person's soul. When a being dies, their rook goes back to the eternal flow of rook and creates fate. But when something bad happens to a person and they fall into despair or fall to their negative emotions, their root becomes corrupted and turns black. This will cause a person to deviate from their fate. There are also these giant towers all around the world that are filled with treasures, but most people that go into these dungeons do not come out alive. And at the end of all of these dungeons, there is a djinn. And when you complete a dungeon, the djinn will join to a metal item that is on your person. This item becomes a metal vessel, and that makes this person able to utilize the djinn's powers for themselves. There are also magical items in the dungeons, and to use any of these magical items and your metal vessel, you need to use something called Magi, which is a power that's supplied to you by your rook. But once you run out of Magi, that's it, you die. It will sort of replenish over a few hours, but if you overexert yourself with your Magi, you're gone, you're dead, that is it. But then there are the Magi, who have almost an infinite amount of Magi, because they don't use it from themselves, they use it from the world around them. They are powered by the rook that power fate, which I find so interesting. And Magi follows one such Magi called Aladdin. But it is worth saying that eventually a Magi will run out of rook from around them. They will have to use the rook inside of them, and that means they have to use their own Magi, and they can eventually die if they use too much magic. That is explored in the series. I do find that very interesting as well. There is an anime for this. It has 2 seasons, Magi the Labyrinth of Magic and Magi the Kingdom of Magic. The anime is absolutely fantastic. I only watched the show very recently, and as soon as I finished season 1, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a video about this. And then I was like, oh my god, there's a season 2? And then I marathoned season 2 in like 3 days. It's kind of embarrassing, but also not really. There is a spin-off manga called The Adventures of Sinbad, which I can't really talk about without entering spoiler territory, so I'm just not going to talk about it too much. What I will say is there's an OVA being created for it, and I'm really looking forward to the OVA because Sinbad is one of the best characters in the series. The series is so good. I'm definitely cosplaying Judal. He's one of the characters from it. He just looks so much fun to cosplay. I'm not going to be cosplaying him to an event as far as I'm aware at the moment because summer is getting to its end. So by the time I do cosplay him, we're in the last month of summer and there's no more conventions left to cosplay him to over this summer, unless I like get invited to a convention or something. But still, nonetheless, I'm definitely cosplaying Judal because he just looks so much fun to do. The series is on Crunchyroll, and if you click the link that I put down below, you'll actually get a 14-day free trial to Crunchyroll Premium. And if you sign up using that link, Crunchyroll give me a high five and they're like, thanks Faust for helping people watch anime legally and not download it or stream it illegally. Because of people like you, Magi might get a 3rd season, and we all want Magi to have a 3rd season. I'm like, thanks Crunchyroll, but that was creepily detailed because I didn't say I was doing a video on Magi. And then Crunchyroll are like, yes Faust, but Crunchyroll knows everything. We know everything, Faust. So sign up for Crunchyroll today. So yeah, definitely click the link that I've put down below. It's super Okay guys, that is it for today. So what do you think of Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic? Please let me know in the comments down below. And also don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more history videos. And also don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, support the show by checking out my Patreon so I can make bigger and better and more history videos. And also don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel, my vlogging channel, and follow me on Twitch. My name is Faust, this has been Exploring Comics, and it is super effective.